But as usual, I haven't quite formulated the idea in my head. You know what I have noticed is that I make pretty stupid faces when I'm just listening. I do not like my face.
That's a trick. You can't watch it back.
Right?
No.
Like, why am I making that face?
No, and then you're hyper aware of it after that. You're like, okay, now I'm going to do a face. So I'm not making... It's like, which becomes completely unnatural.
It's like I do this thing where it's so weird.
I do it when I'm playing music, and because I am not good at doing the music like that. So I'm like concentrating so hard. And my maestre's looking at me like, switch it up, girl. This is not working for you.
Like, could you imagine being like someone out in the, like a politician or a celebrity where they're photographed so much? It's like, of course they're going to catch you with some goofy face.
Oh, for sure. But they also coach you on stuff like that. I tried to be like some VJ host of some, they wanted to kind of emulate VH1, MTV kind of thing. And so they were teaching me how to like kind of smile and talk at the same time. Oh, it looks weird. I just gotta just let it roll and be my son, and then smile after. Do your thing, and then just like give them a good one. Yeah, you know.
The Mentos Fresh Maker.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Nuts.
Yeah. Just clean it up in the end.
Okay, let me make sure.
I found myself talking like out of just one side of my mouth because I was trying to smile and speak.
Well, the main thing that I've noticed is that my smile is crooked.
There you go.
Like this side comes up more than this side, or maybe my teeth are just weird because I can see. It's like, I'm like, ugh. Who wants to look at this?
Oh, somebody else. This is the thing. I'm a hairdresser, okay? And I would be sitting in front of the mirror hours a day. And I was like, why did I pick this for myself? This is like so much time to hyper analyze my everything. And the lighting is not there to favor me. That is not the grand purpose. It's not all cool, soft lit, like romantico. No, it's like
harsh,
the harshest things about yourself that you've already decided about yourself. We're going to amplify that. And then we're going to make the mirrors giant.
See, I realized just right now that I was doing that stupid face.
Don't do it.
It's in between a smile.
It's called your face.
I know it's retarded.
No.
Face is retarded.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happening. Mosquito. You get it? Mosquito. I got it.
Maybe I should take drugs.
Did you ever try the mushrooms?
I did.
Oh, good. How'd it go for you?
Well, no, not the full dose. I'm sorry. I need to go take a... Do you want a microdose?
No. For later.
It doesn't do anything.
Okay. Great.
Well, maybe it does.
Trust me. I'll know. I've had many experiences of full dose.
Yeah, I'm too chicken.
Whoa dose. Whoa. I was driving with my brother, and I had this girl at my work was selling mushrooms, and she had this like one of those gallon Ziplocs full of Cubensi mushrooms. And like way later, I was like, hey girl, you still got those mushrooms for sale? And she's like, no, I don't really, I sold them all. I just have this Ziploc bag and it's just like dust from whatever was left over. She's like, you can just have it. And me and my brother like ate like half the bag each and just like dumped the Ziploc, just like, there's like no dust. Measuring happening here. And then we're like, let's go watch a movie or something. And like 15 minutes later, I looked at my brother, I was like, holy shit, we got to go home now. It's going to get fucking weird. It's going to get weird. We got to go home ASAP. It's happening. And we got home just in time, and I put on a onesie and just like watched the Dark Crystal for the first time ever. And we were just tripping out, laughing our ass off.
Is the Dark Crystal
old? Have you not seen the Dark Crystal? It's like,
I know it's like Labyrinth.
It's like Labyrinth. It's like it was definitely like Star Wars influenced, and it was
Star Wars.
Yeah. George Lucas was also very inspired by Jim Henson. Dark Crystal is Jim Henson. And so there was like a little parallel vibe thing happening. And it was, I mean, throw some mushrooms on it. And it was hyper psychedelic and yet like funny, you know? And when you're on mushrooms, it's like the best giggle of your life if you're doing it right. So, yeah. Mosquito?
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay. That's what the mosquito's for. You gotta just...
We've had 3 mosquitoes already.
Yeah.
I'm going to get confused. Which one?
Oh.
Which one is it? The first?
Mosquito. 3, mosquito. 4, mosquito.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CZ Media Podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone to go and check out our sponsors, Rancho Bravo Tacos.
Ooh, I love tacos.
The catering at Rancho Bravo Tacos has exploded the past few months. Lots of people who are having events all throughout Seattle have been ordering catering, 100 people, 150 people.
Oh, that's the best.
It's a nice, easy thing to do. You don't have to worry about if people are allergic to this or allergic to that. It's like you go to these events and then they have food and usually there's a salad, but then there's crazy dressings on the salad. There's goat cheese on the salad.
They try to fancy it.
It's like, I don't want that. Do you like goat cheese?
I work at a place that they do a lot of catered events, and some of it looks like so aesthetically beautiful, and then you taste it, and it's like, what's that?
It's like they want to put goat cheese in everything, and
it's a lot of flair for not the kick that you want out of. I want the flavor. Give me the flavor. Meat. Oh yeah, that's what,
and tortillas and cheese. So if you have an event coming up, definitely check out Rancho Bravo. Go to their website, ranchobravotacos.com. There is a catering form you can fill out, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
I would eat mini burritos.
You know?
Mini burritos?
Mini burritos.
Finger food size burritos? Oh my gosh.
Fried mini burritos?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I need to add that to the list.
Baby chimichangas?
Oh, that's too much work.
You're not doing it. It's Rancho Bravo. They're hooking it up.
You got to make it easy. I'm all about making
to put
things
in your
easy.
mouth. Yes, I agree.
To make in general. The easier, the better. And then, of course, our title sponsor, the Sneakers Friend.
I don't think you can see it.
People loved your rundown of the Sneakers Friend last time.
Really now?
Yeah.
Some of this.
I got kudos on my branding. The bottle's right there.
I love it. I love it. Don't put it in your hair.
No. So check that out, thesneakersfriend.com. If you use code CZMP15, see, that's too complicated too. I should have made that simpler. CZMP15, you'll get 15% off.
Sneaker Friend.
Sneakers Friend. Well, no, for the show. So CZMP is like, I'll know they came from the show. I
got you. CZ Sneaker Friends. CZP Sneaker Friend.
That's not any less. CZMP 15.
Oh, so what?
That's only 6.
So what?
It is a lot. I'll think of another one. So check them out. So today I have my buddy Cody.
Yeah.
People love Cody.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Who doesn't like to hear that?
I get comments of, you need to have, they call you a chick. Is that okay?
Yeah. I chick myself.
People say you need to have this chick on way more.
Oh,
she's
groovy.
Fun and she compliments your craziness.
I do a lot of jazz hands.
You do a lot of jazz hands. I've been doing more jazz hands lately. I've been like mindful of increasing my jazz hands.
Oh, yes.
I need to up the level of jazz hands.
Yeah.
And then even like at the end,
dazzle them.
when I'm talking to my friends and I'm making a point, I'll end it with,
You get what I'm saying?
no, you got to turn.
Oh, yeah. Give him a little fussy. Put a little fussy on it.
It has to cement.
Yeah, drive it home.
That's how it cements.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to lately, Coty?
Aging. I've been aging.
Gracefully or brutally?
I will say gracefully. Put it in the universe.
Like this wine?
Yes. Hopefully a little better.
How is that appropriate to ask? How old are you?
How dare you, sir? The thing is, my son's going to figure it out one day. We've been telling him I'm the same age as his dad.
Lies.
Since the beginning. He's really fixated on age.
Is he?
And so every time he asks my own son, every time he asks me how old I am, I give him a different age. Mom's 56. I look amazing.
But he's going back and telling his friends.
Great. They're like, can you believe she's 56? The parents are like, that bitch. How dare she? I'm like, yes, I look fantastic. And my husband is very young.
How old does he think Fabricio is?
Fabricio is 37.
Oh, he's 37?
Yes,
Jesus.
and I am not. So, and he doesn't mind. So he tells me like a good man.
You are now.
I am 46 as of yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, we talked about this actually because you told me how old you were, and we are very close in age, are we not?
I'm 40. I was 78.
77.
Okay.
See? You're older, or I'm older than you by a year.
But wait, how old? Oh, you just turned 47.
6. How dare you? This is a setup. God damn it. Come to my podcast. I'm going to call you old several times in different ways. And I'm going to high five you first so you think I'm your friend. And then after, I'm going to cut you with a very deep, sharp knife.
That's how you get them. It's like
46. I'm proud to be 46 because I'm not 47.
Win-win.
Win.
Right.
Win.
So yeah, I'm gonna be 45.
Okay.
Not for
you don't have to rub it in.
Not for
I get it.
while yet.
I get it.
Like a long time. What month is this? 3? Oh yeah.
3.
It's like more than 6 months.
See? Just really digging that little knife in there.
We're so young though.
No, I got a year.
Fabricio's the weird one here because he's only 37.
Yeah. Well. Weird.
45 is the new 30, I would say.
Oh, my knees don't agree with you. 30, I was feeling awesome. At 46, I'm like, ooh, we better stretch first. I can't just pull a hammy for no reason. Lord.
I hear you. You're right. The other day I sneezed and I tweaked the right side of my back for like a good day.
I'm so sorry. I'm laughing because I know that happens. Dude.
I thought, what did I do? Because I sneezed and then I did one of these.
You tried to catch it. You're like,
And then a few minutes later, I got up and it pinched.
Like, oh shit, I got a hernia.
I was like, what the heck did I do? Like, I didn't lift any monster weight.
Dude, I swear though, I just from sleeping, I'll wake up with a thing. And something. I'm just like, and like I wish I earned it a little better. Like right. I could say like, oh, I did this thing and then I got, and no, it's like, oh, I went to sleep and I twisted left and woke up right.
I slept wrong.
Oh my God. And it's actually a cliche, but.
And it's everything. It is absolutely everything. Last week, my right eye, for some reason, started bothering me. I had to take my contact off, and I didn't wear it for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
So for 3 days, I had no depth perception because I only had my left contact in. And Lori would hand me something, and I would just completely miss.
She's like, you've had one too many. You're cut off. You went to go grab the drink, and she's like, nope. That was a test.
It was the first time it happened. I don't think she's ever laughed so hard at me that we're literally less than 3 feet apart. She hands me something, and then I think I overshot it. Like her hand was right here, and I went over here.
She's like, nope.
And that day, I was building a cabinet that we bought, and I was using a driver to put in the screws.
With your one contact?
With my one.
Oh, no.
And
you're just trying to hurt yourself. You're like, I don't know what happened.
There's scratches on the cabinet because
oh my gosh.
I would put the drill in there thinking that it was on the head of the screw, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
So I felt
doing
like Rocky.
It wrong. You were doing it wrong.
Felt like Rocky where he said, I see 3 of them out there, and
hit the one in the middle.
Hit the one in the middle.
Yeah.
I could not see. So I did that. And then for 2 days, my eyes were okay. And then on the 3rd day, my left eye.
Oh, you just wanted to join the team?
I don't know what it was.
Don't leave it behind.
It was just my left eye just got irritated. But luckily that one.
Maybe because it was working so hard
probably.
to compensate for the right one.
It's like, Jesus, I cannot see.
Yeah.
It's, and then my prescription changed. And then the doctor goes, of course, I'm blaming it on the contacts. And then the doctor goes, no, when we get older, we lose the ability to focus up close and then go. I'm like, shut your face.
Oh, no, they just love to call you old away.
It is the manufacturing defect on this contact. You give me good contacts.
Oh, my eyes are, I totally have been squinty more lately. Although,
but you don't wear contacts, though, do you?
No, I don't. I don't use.
So you're lucky. No glasses, no contacts?
Well, but this is
at your age.
At your age. but, I'm not going to come back, Carlos. This will be the last one.
I've had to wear
I'm going to
contacts.
figure out how to do a shin kick under here pretty soon, you dickhead.
I put more distance between me and the desk.
I'm on to you.
The other table. YouTube, check out my beautiful table. I just made it. The other table, there was less distance between us. But yeah, you're looking at bifocals there. Do you use reading glasses?
No.
So you're that's awesome.
I'm fine. It's more like when I'm like, I can compare to how my vision was, and when I'm like driving down the road, I can see the street sign way back, but I'm like not seeing what street it is. As tight as I used to from further back. I'm not having to get all the way up on it, but I'm kind of like, am I tripping? I can't see that yet. But people are also writing things very small on packaging these days, which has also made my eyeballs feel like they're failing.
For computers, the higher resolution screen you get, the smaller things are. So I refuse, like this computer right here has a 4K screen, I believe, and native resolution text is so small, and I refuse to increase how big it is, because you can go in and change it.
And then you're complaining that you're having one eye and the other go bad on you.
It's like, screw you, computer. I won't do it.
It's everybody else's fault, but it's your own genetic defect. I love it.
Man, you got to stick to your guns. I stick to my guns.
No, you should listen to your body.
I never apologize for anything, and I always stick to my guns.
And then you sneeze, and your body says, oh, yeah, fuck you. You're going to have a weird side limp for 6 hours.
That is why I hurt myself, and I destroy relationships.
And furniture, apparently.
And
you
furniture.
missed the screw.
And my wife mocks me.
Yeah, so you're saying it's working out for you. I love that it's a theory that you're really sticking to, and everything in the universe is going, nah, man, maybe you should switch it up a little.
We have to have convictions.
Yeah.
What's a man without convictions?
They die by them. That's awesome.
You don't want this namby-pamby in between.
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
No, wait for your first car accident and then fix the eyes. That's what I'm saying. You're like,
No, with my content. Well, when my eyes aren't revolting, I mean, my eye was as red as that chair. It was tomato red, beet red.
pink eye.
I thought that for a
Oh my
second,
God, it's the worst.
but
Such
It
a
wasn't
scarlet
gooey.
letter, right?
it wasn't gooey. You've had pink eye?
You have poop in your eye. I don't. Who hasn't had pink eye?
I've never had pink eye. Don't you try to normalize.
I've lived with hella dudes. They're pretty gross, and I had to live amongst them. So, stuff happens.
Yeah, but living amongst them is quite different
Dude,
than having their butt in your eye.
No, totally. But I mean, they fart on pillows and other gross stuff, and you just,
See, I don't like that. I've never done those types of pranks. I've never been a prank person.
Oh, I don't prank per se, but I love a good scare the shit out of you when you're walking into your own home.
Yeah.
I hide behind
You almost scared me today.
doors and things, and I'm sorry, just thinking about it. I laugh. I scared when you see the full double jolt on the person and they don't know. One time I lived in this house with the boys that I danced with, and the way the kitchen was, you'd open the fridge, but there's also like a little hallway thing there. So I would come when somebody was looking in the fridge with a house full of dudes. Somebody's always looking in the fridge.
Right.
And so I'm standing there just waiting for him to close the fridge, and you're so close to them. But it was such a full-length fridge, you couldn't see it. And I would just be waiting, and then shut the door, and I go, ah! And then my friend was like, ah! He was so ready to fight. But so obviously super scared.
There are a lot of these prank Instagram and TikTok accounts. Do you ever see these?
Yes.
I'm surprised no one's been murdered.
I agree. Or I want to see the videos where everybody's just getting punched in the face for being a total annoying
I want to see them
dick.
shot.
Well, that's aggressive. I don't need to see blood and mayhem. I'm just saying a quick right hand and boom, they get that stiff knockout, where everything goes and then they fall and you're like, ooh, that's what you get. I saw this one where this guy was going into the hood doing some really shady business, and the guy came up to him and was like, dude, I know you think you're being funny, but you're going to get shot.
Right.
He's like, we don't play that around here.
Hey,
and he
views.
was just cutting him
I think
straight.
I know which one you're talking about.
And the kid was no one prankster, and I was just watching it you got to be out of your mind. It's not even funny. You're just so offensive right now.
And then I don't know when this was, but there was one video that made the rounds where it was this little kid, a 12, I think the caption said he was 12 or 13, and he was throwing rubber snakes into cars that were stopped at red lights or at stop signs. And then in one of them that he did, a woman was driving, and then I'm assuming boyfriend was in the passenger seat. He got out. And then he just pushed this little fat kid. He pushed this little kid, and he went tumbling. No. Of course, he started. But
okay,
this guy got arrested.
I'm gonna say this is the kid's jazz hands. This is the kid's fault.
Right.
Don't be an asshole. If you're gonna do it, bring your bike so you can get the fuck out of there way faster than they can catch you on foot.
And an electric bike.
Do you know what I'm saying? Silent bicycle. Yes, you need a getaway plan. You can't be chubby and on foot.
That's right.
And be causing mayhem.
You know what? It's this high self-esteem that people shouldn't have.
Hey, but I'll tell you what. This has been going on forever because my mom was one of 6. And her 3 brothers were close in age proximity and quite debaucherous. And they, back in the day, used to put string across the street on either side of the street. And cars would slow down and see what it is. And then on the 3rd day of them doing the same, they're cooking this idea up, by the way. On the third day, they put wire, which was like fucking up people's cars. Then they got together, and you know those little plastic bowling ball sets you give a kid? They took a sweatshirt and stuffed it and put the bowling ball under the head face down, and people would like get out of their car and like check on the body in the street, and they'd be like standing behind the bushes and start throwing rocks at them. It was like,
yikes.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 50s. I mean, the little assholes, and they were in, you know, rural, remote parts of town, and everybody knew that it was those shitheads that were doing it. There was no secret about it. They were their own little gang
of
hooligans.
I mean, the putting the fake body is acceptable. It's the throwing the rocks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And it's like,
that's the line that was crossed here.
It depends on how big the rocks are.
Wow. How big were the
little
rocks?
pebbles. I wasn't there.
You didn't say?
No.
They were boulders?
No, absolutely not. But I mean, and then people would like cuss them out and be like, I know it's you Mitchell kids. And, like yell at the bushes.
Yeah,
this is my point. Like, if you're not in good shape, you better have a bike or a getaway plan. Like,
or do it in not your neighborhood. Do it in a different neighborhood.
It doesn't matter. If I jump out the car and can catch your chubbiness,
Well,
I will leap and bound you.
But then they won't be able to say, I know it's the Mitchell kids.
No, those days are over. We're talking about the chubby kid throwing fake snakes in the thing who got caught.
But that's what I'm saying. Hopefully that wasn't his neighborhood.
Oh, no. That was the only neighborhood. That was it.
He was on foot, so I don't see him walking.
But there was
far.
3 of them. They can create a diversion there. You know what I'm saying?
It's all messed up. It is all messed up.
I'm just saying, pranking. My point is that pranking has been going on.
Oh yeah.
And the bullying and all of that, and the more remote. This is my belief, is that the more remote you are, the more bored you are, and then you start coming up with the dumber. You know, it's like people who are actually like struggling too. They're not, these are like privileged kids going out there doing these things. You know, it's not these people who don't have their own stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're bored.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, well, let's just try it.
That's when I get into my troubles, when I'm bored.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've jumped off some stuff that if you asked me today, I'd be like, don't do that. That's crazy. And I was just like,
are you ready when Lucas starts jumping off of stuff?
He's already jumping off of everything. He's got the broken hand, and I gotta tell, yo, dude, stop slamming yourself on the floor, would you? Like, and he wants to act everything out. Like, and then I did this, and I was like, bleh, and I like splatted on the ground. He's like super animated, but I gotta say, he's genuinely funny. Like, he does stuff, and I'm like, that is hilarious. And you thought of that on your own. Kudos for that. And some stuff he does, it's hilarious, but I can't laugh at it because I can't encourage him just quite yet.
It's that Brazilian sense of humor.
No, are you kidding me? It's my sense of humor. 100%. 100,000%. Fabrizio's not funny.
He has to be funny.
He's talented. He's handsome. He's charming. But funny?
Dudes need to make
I've seen
chicks
better.
laugh to, what's the term? Get them.
Yeah, I'll say this. I love funny. I do love funny. But what I cannot stand and will just draw the line in the sand is like, if you don't think I'm funny, I'm like, fuck you. You don't know funny. That shit was funny.
Wow,
I need you to be with me.
That's a hard line there.
It has to be, because it's like then you get you're with me in my brain there. We get each other. We're like funny, same funny.
So you even want a fake laugh?
Oh, how dare you fake laugh? No. You don't have to think it's all funny, by the way. But my dad does that. My dad gets mad at himself when he laughs at something I say that is genuinely funny. He like cuts it, but he laughs at everything that he says that he thinks is funny. Like, you will know. I think that's interesting.
Laughing at your own jokes.
I mean, I laugh at shit that I think of just like by myself in the car that I'm like, that was funny. I just can't help myself. I have to stop myself because I'll be talking to somebody and thinking my own jokes while I'm talking to them. and be like, now is not the time to be laughing about that. And if you try to explain it, it's not going to be funny to them.
Do it.
But I do. I was laughing. My teacher, my capoeira teacher, see, it's funny to me. My capoeira teacher was giving this like speech, you know, it's his job to be like an inspirational guy, you know, and we're like at the park and he's talking about dedication and and I'm staring at him and it's so sunny outside and he's got these really big bushy eyebrows and which makes him really animated when he talks, you know, and he's interesting to listen to.
Jazz eyebrows?
Very much so. Well, samba eyebrows. They got all the drum section in there. And so he's talking, he's doing this thing, and I see everybody's like listening to him, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't need a visor or sunglasses or anything. Those fucking eyebrows are like fully blocking the sun for him. That's why he can just stare right in the sun and look everybody in the eye like doesn't even bother.
Built-in shade.
I know. I was like, and then I'm thinking this and I start laughing in the middle of his like super profound speech. And I like stopped my little giggle. I was like, oh, don't do that right now. You're supposed to be taking him the most serious he's ever been. He's saying all this profound stuff, and I'm like, visor eyebrows. Ah! Just like.
He probably wouldn't have appreciated.
Oh, no, we still talk about it. I told him to his face.
He probably wouldn't have appreciated you bursting with that comment.
No, I wouldn't say it out loud, but when we were in the elevator by ourselves, I let him know. I was like, you know, when you were telling that speech, I couldn't stop thinking about your...
You know, since you bring it up, this whole inspirational thing, do you listen to any inspirational stuff?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you really? Like who?
I listen to... Well, I used to listen to this lady, what was her name? Mary something. And my mom used to listen to these tapes, Marianne Lewis or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, and she would talk about all this, like, you know, just like higher elevation of thinking and life and stuff like that. And just like inner spirituality. So I was kind of hip to that and really liked it. But, you know, I just listen to different podcasts and just different kind of information that comes in, and I take bits and pieces of it and kind of like listen to it, assess it, apply what I like, and disregard the stuff that I don't necessarily agree with. But
there's a difference between content that is just meant to inspire versus content that is giving you sort of like a roadmap of how to behave.
No, I don't do that. I this is what I'm saying. Exactly just that. There's like books that I've read that I'm like, okay, I like this kind of thinking, but I don't like anything that looks like they are trying to... I used to have a boyfriend who used to try to get me to read all these Deepak Chopra, self-help, this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, but if you read all of this, what they all are basically saying is think for yourself and find the true higher truth within yourself. They're saying, don't follow me, find it.
Yeah.
Go find your higher elevated...
But isn't that preferable than all of these other things of like, oh, you have a shining light within? And
No, I don't. I mean,
Michelle Obama is a good example of something that is completely worthless and are just a bunch of idiotic platitudes that she spits out. Like in that book that she just...
Oh, no. But
it's like, find your light within.
I mean,
and
we can all live on cliches like that, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but
all
like,
of that stuff
but
just...
here's the thing. Like, I grew up knowing Catholic Church, and like some days were really profound what they were talking about in the message, especially when they were like much busier when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because they weren't trying to get followers like that. Now, lately, every time I had been to church, which isn't like on a regular basis, they're like, talk to your friends. They're like really trying to drum up business, you know? And it's a little, it's like transparent though. And before it was like, we're going to talk about lying and like what it does to your heart. And lying.
Oh.
And like what that means, what it's doing to your heart.
See,
how
I'm laughing at my own joke.
Yes.
It's like, that would be a little funny. Lines.
Yeah, lines. Waiting in lines. But so, some of it I would take in and be like, this is what's valuable about.
But, that's what church is supposed to do.
Well, it's not always that. I've been to a lot of churches that you spend a lot of time talking about money.
Yeah.
And it's very like I feel the like politician in the religion.
Yeah.
Like vote for me. And it's not even vote for Jesus.
Back, like over 10 years ago, there was this whole prosperity movement in big churches where that's what they focused on. It's like Jesus wants you to be rich, and Jesus wants you to, that's all nonsense.
No. and that's, some people get something out of it. So I'm not trying to take it away from anybody. But,
I would.
But like I'm totally not into like Tony Robbins and like, I honestly rather listen to like Jennifer Aniston talk about like her life regimen is what she does to stay healthy and happy and, without it being like shoved down your throat. It's like somebody who's living a happy, healthy, nurtured life.
See, I reject both of them. Although I will admit,
but I don't like preachy.
Well, but Jennifer, the celebrity stuff can be preachy.
No, some of it. I'm saying like I'm not saying.
Paltrow.
I'm not into that. I'm not. That's exactly my point. Because Jennifer Aniston's not out there going like, you got to wake up and you got to be like this and that. But if she was like, so here's the deal. Every day I wake up, I go like, do this and it's working for me. Cool. Have a great day. All right. And she's not doing it on the regular and somebody drops a little something. Here's another one. You know her, Jennifer, the chick you saw at the boxing place that does capoeira. Mm-hmm. She did a thing. She posted a thing on Instagram today talking about like, being a mother and people want you to be an awesome mother, but they want you to be good at your job. They want you to do all these things. And some people got to just know that you're doing your best. And sometimes it's hard and it's really hard and to wear all the hats. And she doesn't talk about that a lot, but she has 2 kids and she's trying to do her best. And somebody that I actually know who's kind of like being vulnerable like that, I get more out of that than somebody who's every day going to be like, okay, you got to wake up and stay motivated and blah. But I follow, it's also the repetition. Like I follow some Instagram accounts that are like, called dedication. Right. And it's just like how to like be focused and be like assertive in your own life and like good habits to have to creating your own type of success. Okay. And
see, those I'll tolerate.
Yeah. But I'm also reaching out to it. It's when it's like a friend of mine and then all of a sudden they're just like thinking they have to give everybody advice on how to.
I think we all have those.
Yeah, and they just like transform it to like, this is going to be my new platform. And it's like, and I'm like, do your thing, but I'm like actually not like engaged in that. I think it works better actually as a stranger, somebody who's never met that person and then finds upon that versus me being somebody who's like, dude, I have like waken up to you with you on the sidewalk with puke on you. So I'm like, not really like 1,000%.
I'm hesitant because I just don't like that aspect of social media. It's like, well, I get, and then my blah stems from everything is fake. Everything is curated. Everything is intended to reach the lowest common denominator, which is the most people possible. And, for example, I love sneakers. But I realized that I love sneakers just in and of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I just want the shoe. I don't like what goes around the shoe.
Yeah.
Like, and this is another word that I hate, culture. I really don't like the word culture. So, like, I don't like shoe culture. It's just so.
So here's the thing that you're saying that's complicated, though, because I totally understand. And I just was having this conversation with Fabrizio last night. And the truth is, though, it's like, it's an accessible resource to, if you want to be in the business of your thing, that it's free access to streamline that. So maybe the real heads or the real people who aren't really about all that scenester external stuff, it's like still free for them. And that's when I check out. I love it when people have like their main account and then their private homie account. You know what I mean?
And even then,
because I'll stick to the private homie one and just know that that's not for me. But it's actually working for them. If they're using it, I understand they got to use it as a business.
Right.
And it's like capoeira. There's capoeiristas out there that are like promoting themselves and gaining followers. And like I saw this chick, she was like showing what she was eating, like, but nutrition bars and this and that. It's like, and she has all these followers who are very into that. For the lifestyle, for the main goal, and she is monetizing it. So it's like, I can't hate on somebody using that as a resource to have a fruitful life in the thing that they're passionate about.
Well, true, but
do I want to be the one as a follower watching it and subscribing to it? And it's like, that's when I check out also.
Right, because it's not the creating. I mean, obviously people have found what they're good at and then tried to monetize it. That's happened forever.
Right.
But with social media stuff, just so much stuff is just fake. It's like, I remember, I mean, I don't know, a few years ago, where people were saying, oh, Kim Kardashian takes such great snapshots. And then they would show me, I was like, that is not a snapshot.
No.
It's like there's a team of people
heavily edited.
This just didn't happen. But people believe that all of that, these things that are posted that are real, that are organic, and that aren't produced. You know,
I just saw this video of this kid doing like a standing triple back tuck, just no momentum, just flip and flip. And then I sent it to Fabrizio. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy, right? And all his friends like ran up. They were like, oh my God. And then I saw him. He posted a video. He's like, this is what's really going on. This took me 4 years. He was like, this is me in 2017 trying to do this. And this is me falling on my face here. Then I was like, that's cool, dude. Show that. Not this.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm showing my age. I think my age is really more along 65. Because I am such an old man when it comes to this. That all of that stuff just annoys me. And I try not to watch any of it. What? I try not to be a consumer of this. Basically, when I get onto Instagram, I just look at reels and then laugh at people falling or, funny things.
Yeah.
And I don't, all of this, like all the hardships, it's like, you know what? Anyone who has done anything has taken time to learn how to do it.
Well, but here's the thing. Some people do take that for granted because, I teach kids. I show them stuff, and then I explain to them, like, look, you guys come to this little class, you do this stuff, and then you sit. And my own son, being only 6, he, beats himself up about, not doing something right. He was really upset about not being able to ride his bike on his first day. And I said, no, dude, you got to understand.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Well, no, but that's learned. That's a learned behavior. That's not.
But some people think, oh, it's just natural for them, or they're just talented that. And then you got to see somebody
But those are the people that are, all they're doing is consuming this content. they're not trying to do. It's like I posted something funny the other. Did you ever watch Kids in the Hall like years ago?
Yeah.
Love Kids in the Hall. Well, David Warbley, I don't know, I forget what his name. He made a funny video today where he goes, "I'm going to be a realistic, inspirational guy. You can do anything you like, but you probably won't." And then he just left. And it's like, I thought that was hilarious because that is so true. It's the number of people who watch this stuff. You know, one of the, and actually I have a great topic for our next show is terms that we hate.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I like one of them that I hate. Well, I generally do not like the word culture.
Yes.
Another word that I don't like is the grind.
Oh, the grind.
I think it sounds
I
so,
don't like level up. We're leveling up. Next level.
There's I tune out.
I'm taking it to the next level.
When people say, you know, got to hit the grind, got to do this. Do you hit the grind? Did I just mess it up? Probably.
Grinding?
You got to, yeah, it's like, you know, you got to grind. It's like, I'm out. I tuned out. Well, anyway, there was like anytime that type of conversation happens, I generally tune out because there's, if you really listen, there's very little substance that goes along with that. How many Instagram videos do you see where people talk about starting an LLC?
Oh, no.
There are tons of these videos of, and then because there's services out there that people will start your LLC for you. So it's like, you got to start an LLC. Then you can go and get bank credit.
No, and they want you to subscribe to their tutorials and blah, blah, blah,
so
blah.
all of this, I've been paying attention. All of these videos that talk about starting LLC, they talk about getting a business loan. Like one of them said, start an LLC and then you can get a bank loan. And if you can get a bank loan for $150K, then you can establish credit, get a loan. They never once talk about actually running your business.
Mm-mm. No, and it's
like,
there's lots of terms too, like as far as like, and then I want to tell you this story just because I thought of it, but this the way I feel like young people and women are talking about like, oh, I feel like he really sees me. I feel like this guy really sees me. And it's like, I keep hearing it. And it's like, I just really felt validated.
Right.
And you're just like, oh my God, please stop talking. I'm going to throw up a little bit.
Well, that's
like,
that's cue for I am one of the most insecure people on earth.
I just really need to be validated right now. And it's like, you should be doing that for yourself.
Right.
You should not be dating if you can't just walk around feeling like you are okay and put together.
But that's what all of this stuff does. That's what, I mean, this is where the 65-year-old in me comes out. This is what social media does, where you need that validation. You gotta
be really coming from some strong roots emotionally and mentally that are coming from where you're at in your home. And that's not just a given.
Right.
Because
but what you just said there,
I had to find that for myself too. And I actually was like subjected to all this like crazy chaos. A lot of it I was bringing on myself, all of it technically. And that's what I realized. I was like, oh shit, I'm doing this to myself. I can actually have a choice of the experience that I'm creating for myself by just associating with people that I believe in, that I trust, that I feel good around, even if it's less people. But they're...
I think that's part of the reason we get along is because what you just said there is self-awareness. Like you were self-aware to know that what you were doing might or might not have been the best of choices.
Being friends with people who I thought were cool, that everybody else thought was cool. And I was like, oh yeah, I should be friends with that guy because that guy's the cool guy. That everybody likes that guy. And then I would get in there. I was like, oh, you're kind of like the biggest narcissistic dickhead.
Right.
And you're you've got this like little bubble of fame that you've created for yourself. But like, I actually don't want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
And there's other things out there that, and it's a fine line to do that and not be self-righteous at the same time.
No, well, yeah. I mean, it would only be self-righteous if you then got on, if you use that as a pulpit to say, anyone who likes this person,
or you should be like this. You should be more like me.
It's like you don't
I'm
need
like
to do
this.
that. Like I just do it internally, and then just say I'm out. It's like that's so funny what you just said, because I've been thinking a lot about this. I used to have an acquaintance years ago, and he was an athlete. Mm-hmm. And I invested a ton, but it was for naught. It was like there was no
reciprocation.
Well, I don't even want to say reciprocation. Like this person, even though they were a gifted athlete, there was no burning, there was no motivation, there was no motor. And yeah, I did think that I could make some money because it was leading that way, but it just didn't. And it was after about 2 years, I just like, you know what, I'm done. And I don't really see even a reason to be friends.
Yeah.
Because you're like completely misaligned.
Yeah. I also feel like that people change. And I've had to come to terms with that with like a few friends and people along the way where I was like, oh, they've gone through some life experiences within me knowing them that have now changed them. I'm like, oh shit, you're not the person I was friends with before. Before you were like open and generous and inspiring and a go-getter. And now you're like, and it's not that I'm saying I'm abandoning them when things go bad, because I definitely don't. And I'm super loyal and stuff. But then you start to see like, oh, you're actually not coming back from that. This isn't just like a slump. Like you've changed as a person and you're not the same person anymore. And it's not your fault. But the truth is I'm not attracted to that person anymore. Right. And now I'm like kind of holding you accountable to be somebody that you used to be. Right. And you're not that person anymore. And it's better to like slide away smooth, but not be in the bubble anymore.
There's this negative connotation to that loyalty. Like you got to be like, no, you don't. Mm-mm. No, you absolutely do not need to be. You do not need to be loyal.
Right, I had a friend, she went through a bunch of bad breakups and she was really self-sabotaging. And like after a while, I was like, she like blew up on me and just created all this like crazy narrative that didn't exist. And our mutual close friend was like, no, dude, that's not what happened at all. And you're like,
was she stuck to her guns?
She kept trying to say like, no, she did this. And it was like, no, dude, she didn't do that. No, she needs glasses. Yeah. Like it's not that, it's the contact's fault. She's getting old. No. And I just was like, oh, you know what? It's just as much as I loved her and as close as we were, and we did so much together, I was like, she's not that person anymore.
And has she tried to bring you back in?
No. And like, she's found some way to hang on to some weird residual underlying resentment. Yeah. We've made peace. But ultimately, like, she has transformed into a totally different person that if I were to meet her today, I wouldn't just be like, that's my girl, that's my person. We are, I'm like, ooh, I'm not in that place anymore. Yeah. And I'm just different. I think different than you think now. And it's okay to grow in and out of that. Especially when you're making friends when you're in your 20s and then but see, this is the thing too. I was in the public a lot when I was in my 20s, And so I'd have a lot of people and girls like, I want to be your friend. I want to be him. Right. And then I would like really like buffer that. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like going on a first Hinge date or something. Right. You're like, okay, I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to make sure that I don't get murked in the parking lot on the way out of here. And we'll see how it goes. And then I would like hang out with them. And I just like, oh, no. Just because you like me.
Right.
doesn't mean we have to be friends. It doesn't mean I have to be rude to you. But also there's some people that I have just met them. How about this? You have a friend who starts dating somebody and they're just like, you're just like, what are you? That is a terrible person. What are you doing with that terrible person? And you like your friend so much and they just keep bringing this terrible person around. And I've had really good dude friends that will start dating chicks who are like blatantly cheating on them. And they are just like, oh, they would never do that to me. And it's just like ride or die for these chicks. And you just got to keep your mouth shut, you know?
Is that what you do? You don't go and take pictures?
No, but I let the girls know that I'm not cool with them.
Oh.
I'm like, look.
Throw the black and white pictures down on the desk.
Oh, I got drunk at Thanksgiving one time, and it was Christmas, and we were doing the stealing of the gifts, the white rhino or white elephant. White elephant.
I like white rhino, though.
Me too. Got a little spike on it. Yeah. And so, like, I stole this girl's present from her, and I was all drunk. I was like, this isn't personal. Because I had such bad blood from her, but I really just wanted the gift she had. But I had to preface with like, this isn't personal. I'm sorry. I'm still taking this out of your cold dead hands.
Was it good?
It was cool. It was a really cool, like slick, modern looking piggy bank that like lit up when you dropped money in. It was really cool. But anyway, I don't even think I went home with it, but it was just more like it was like, I already knew it was awkward. So I just like spread some extra awkward red on.
Double down.
Yeah.
So not only do I stick to my guns, I double down.
Oh, okay. So this is the perfect segue to what I was going to tell you. So like Fabrizio has his business, right? And like, it's just getting going. And so we got those lawn signs, right? And I just keep them in the back of my car. And when I see a good spot to like pop one down, I do so. And I found this little four-way, I've evaluated. People, are you listening? Listen, you want some advice? This is my advice. Four-way stop, you have to wait and stop. Even if you just have to stop for the stop sign and you're not waiting in line at the stop sign, you still have to at least stop for the stop sign.
Right. It's the law.
So you have time to read that sign. If the light is green, because the light's green, you might just be cooking through it. You might have went way back in line and you're just going to skip on by that. But at the four-way stop, when you're waiting, you're really waiting. So you really have time to like take a snap of it or whatever. So I was like, okay, this one's perfect. It's in a nicer neighborhood and I'm going to do it too. So anyway, I'm putting up the little yard sign and I'm like sticking it in the bushes, but like, so you can read it, right? It's not off into the street. I'm keeping it off. And this lady starts yelling at me from across the street. And she's got a horse. There's two horses. And this lady's going.
Like a real horse?
Yeah, like it's a horse trail. It's a horse trail.
Oh, okay.
That goes into like a little state park, which means you get foot traffic and car traffic and the four-way stop.
And horse traffic. So
she starts telling me like, hey, don't put that sign there. Maybe you put it a little further back. And I was like, I had a headphones in. I'm like listening to music and doing my thing. And she's like, yeah. Where are you? What are you doing? Maybe you should put a little further back, because of the horses. That's a horse trail. And I was like, it's like in the bushes, lady. Like, what are you saying? And then she's yelling at me some more. And I'm like, I can't hear you. And she gets so annoyed, right? And then she comes by and she's like, yeah, is that your company? Is that your company? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, technically it's my husband's, but yes, it's our company. Yeah. And I was like putting the sign, like, mind your own business.
Right.
Like, this isn't hurting anybody. If it was a fucking rugby sign or a softball team sign, you wouldn't be saying anything to me. And then she's like, no, I was just saying, this is so ridiculous. I want to hear what you have to say about this. She says, no, I'm just saying because, this is a horse path here and the sign might spook the horse. Mm. I was like, lady, there's fucking motorcycles driving by. We're on the street. Mm. You're saying my stationary sign that has 0 neon on it is going to spook your horse, but a passing car or bicycle is not?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I like put it like even further back for her, which I, on principle, I'm like, fuck you, Karen.
I would have said no.
Jesus Christ, Karen, fuck you, Karen. I'm
You
gonna.
should
So anyway, no, and then she's walking the horse past the sign. Horse doesn't flinch, and she goes, "Whoa, I guess it didn't spook him at all, did it?" I was like, "Oh, weird, guess not."
She said, "Is that your horse?"
Yeah, no, obviously it's her horse. But here's the thing. So then I went back to check on the sign, and she fucking took it.
Yeah.
Here I am, like, local, first of all. Second of all, trying to grow a business, doing something professional. We have all our licenses, everything. Trying to get ahead in this world. And you're gonna, and she's stealing. Like, that sign, per sign, cost me money. The stand was other money. And she just stole it. Hey, by the way, if you're out there, Karen, you fucking cunt, don't just take my fucking sign. Go put it somewhere
else
that is less offensive to you and your horses, and more you than the horses. And I was like, so now I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do a fucking stand-up set just about this bitch. I swear to God, because I need to vent. And I was like, I'm so petty now about it. I'm like, I want to get another sign, face it at the street, but the sign she has to walk out of her property to walk that horse on the back, because the backside's white, is be like, fuck you, Karen. I got enough money to keep dropping off signs once a week. I know you stole my sign, and I'm going to keep putting these up until you put my fucking sign back. Not only that, the sign has the phone number. You could just call me and give it back, bitch. Just saying. I was so heated. You don't understand. I was like laying down at night, still thinking about it. I was like, oh my God. I don't want to give her. It's not even about the sign.
No.
I don't want to give her the satisfaction.
It's the balls on this broad.
No, I don't want to give her the satisfaction to think she won. She was sitting there.
But if she listens, then she's going to know.
Oh no, I'm petty. I want to put my sign right so she has to pass by it. Because before I put it on the side that was not her side of the street, that was in the bushes. Now I want to put it on her side of the street, right in front of her little fence property. But on the street side where the public sees, they only see my sign. On the back side, I want to Karen light her on fire. Really want to do it.
You should have
put it in reflectors so she has to see it at night.
When you spoke to her, you should have really hammed up a Mexican accent.
Oh, she was already so offended. She was so, it might spook the horses.
You just said,
what do you do about the motorcycles, bitch?
Or just hit her with a no hablo inglés.
Oh, no. She would have just kicked it over by that time. She was like, oh, no mercy.
That
I think it pissed her off more that when she asked me, is that your business? Why, yes, it is my business. As a matter of fact, it's my, yes, I have a husband. Yes, I'm not a degenerate. I'm not out here begging. This is not what I just do for $5, 5 pesos an hour. Okay.
People are weird. Yeah,
she's more concerned about some aesthetic than somebody who maybe doesn't have as much as her. She's got horses. But the
thing is that she's like this every day of her life.
Oh, I know. No, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, she was stewing from across the street. Like, just don't do it. Whoa, is that your business? Oh, what are you doing? You should put it further back.
Yeah,
oh,
I bet
and not her, not because she doesn't like it, because it might scare the horses.
I bet you she is part of our home. She's part of the homeowners association.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I bet you she goes to city council meetings.
She's got a lot of time on her hands. She's
probably she's walking horses in the middle of the day,
trotting the horse in the bridle trails. I said it. Okay, you know who you are. Karen with a CUNT.
I'm more curious. I actually did think of this.
Said it.
I'm more curious of how those signs work, because I see signs everywhere. We buy houses. We'll buy your diabetic supplies.
That one's weird.
We'll buy landscaping.
I agree. I'm hoping in general that more like contractors see it. who are, because it's a gutter company, so that they see it and go, okay, cool, I want to associate and try to find that. I have different ideas. I think also we need to revamp our signs, but I like what you do with your podcast. I told Fabricio that maybe he should do a mention QR code bridal trails so that we could specify, so we see which signs are getting hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To kind of track that. So like promo code bridal trails, promo code, KC, like Kirkland Costco.
Where's your website built?
Where's it built?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so boring for anybody listening. Honestly, do you really give a shit? By the way, if anybody has a address for where Bridal Trails Karen lives, I'm gonna start sending her Christian propaganda.
No, Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yes, send them knocking, please. Oh my God, I'm into it. All things door knocky. Please.
No, but that is a good idea. But my point is that, like, if you in your website, if you just make a page per, then yes, you can put a QR code.
This is what I'm saying.
Each.
There's some dude in Brazil who's doing the website now. My friend Angela did the website originally, and it was slick. It was super attractive, modern, and then they had this guy that was going to take over everything, and they did it. And then Fabricio was like, I kind of like the old one better. I was like, I did too. Angela's like fashion and high-end photography and things like that. And like, so she took her aesthetic and applied it to a gutter company, which was really cool. But when you're trying to A, stand out of the pack, and B, attract wealthy homeowners, especially the newer homeowners and things like that,
there's nothing new about this place.
Not saying hey,
this house was built in 1912.
Table's new.
No, it's from the 80s.
No, not anymore.
I'm definitely not new. I'm a 78 model.
Oh, don't keep rubbing it in. Down now.
No, so
do you remember my Trans Am?
I do.
Yeah. That was that era.
What happened to that?
Sold it just in time, honestly. I didn't have anywhere to put it anymore when we moved. I'm glad. I was, they need maintenance, constant maintenance. And like with money and the way I scaled back my work and everything, it just wasn't realistic. And then I had Lucas, and it was like, although you want to get hit in a car, get a car from the 70s.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, that thing was a tank. Yeah. But no, that's the thing. I was living such a different life. It was the time to do it. Yeah. Like going to the club and pulling up in that thing was tits. You know how many people like kicked off that car taking photos with it that obviously did not own it? I was like, can you not put your jeans on my car? They have the like metal.
Right.
I was like, are you fucking smoking a cigarette and sitting on my car? Get off my car.
Your bedazzled jeans.
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? Get off my car, please. So I don't have to be that guy anymore. Well, that's good news.
No. Now you're telling old ladies off for about signs.
Yeah. I've evolved. Now we talk business. Fuck you, Karen.
But that's sort of, to round back to what I was saying before.
There's a good possibility her name really is Karen.
Probably.
Yeah. Julia.
Yeah.
Tracy.
How old was she?
Tanya. Who's naming their kid Tanya anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Well, how do you spell it?
I think TonyA or Tanya.
Some spellings are
Barbara,
interesting now.
Brenda.
Barbara.
There's not a lot of Brendas these days.
No.
Ruth. Oh, she could be
Ruth's
a Ruth.
A good one.
She could be a Ruth.
Ruth is nice though. That's a good name, Ruth.
I'm not mad at Ruth, but have you met a
Ruth?
A new Gen X, or are you Gen Xing now? No. Ruth?
No.
No.
The youngest Ruth I know is a cousin.
Doris.
But she's probably in her 30s.
Doris.
There's no Doris.
No. That was my grandmother.
What's your full name?
Coty Victoria.
Where does Coty come from?
The cosmetics line. My mom worked when she was pregnant. She was working at this pharmacy, and she said that they had like stuff, and she kept seeing it, and she was like, Coty. I like that. Coty.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever asked you. I literally thought it was short for something.
No, and everybody,
But
you
then
know,
Coty-
I say Coty, but it's
Cotarina.
Coty.
Oh, Coty.
Yeah, Coty Victoria. But
not gonna
does
remember
that
that.
not sound pretentious to say, no, it's not Coty, it's Coty. It's nice to meet you. My name is Coty. With a T, you're saying it wrong. Oh my God. If I would also want to punch myself if I had to meet myself to say that. No, it's Coty. It, like my neighbor when I lived in Magnolia. Oh my God. I lived there for like 15 years. I want to say for the first 10, she called me Corey. And I never had the heart to she's like, I can't believe it. And when she would do it, I'd be like, I know she's gotten my mail by accident. She's just never read the front of it.
That's
and
funny.
It's clearly spelled right.
Well, you never corrected her.
No, I didn't. She was like, oh my God, your name is Coty, and I've been calling you Corey for so long.
At that point, then you should have.
But I told her, I was like, look, I knew who you were talking about. And it wasn't like you were like, fuck you, Corey. I was like, well, it's Coty, bitch. No, she was so cool. I wasn't going to make it weird. I was like, that's fine. Corey, Coty,
But
whatever.
When you told her your name, did you say Coty or Cody?
I still say Coty just because, like, oh my God, by the way, in Brazil, they hate my name. It's so ugly to them. They're just like, Carter. They can't even say it. Like
There's the C isn't.
no,
right?
it's the T.
It's the T.
And how they use it, or the Cody. They say curry. I'm curry. Curry.
Delicious.
And like his cousins, Fabricio's cousins, who've lived in the States longer than Fabricio, speak perfectly fine English. Still call me Corey, Curry. And they can't do it. But the second I say my name's Shitara, they're like, oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Shitara.
What does that mean?
It's the Thundercat, Chitara.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, whatever. I told Fabricio, I was like, you gotta stop introducing me as Coty. Like all our Capoeira Brazilian friends call me Chitara anyway.
Did the Thundercats not play in Brazil?
No, it did.
Oh.
It's known. Like that's a known character. Is
it a name in Brazil?
No. But it's a Capoeira name. I've met two other Chitaras in my legacy of Capoeira.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Thundercats.
My hair was really much blonder when I met my maestri too. And he was like, he tried to sweep me one day and he tripped me. He's always been a great capoeirista, and he just like, I'd been training like a month, maybe 2 months. And he like swept me so clean, and I grabbed his belt on the way down and pulled myself to standing before I hit the floor.
Oh.
And he goes, I'm going to give you a capoeira name today. He was like, that's it. And then for like the first 3 years, I didn't speak Portuguese. And so I thought my name was Cheetah, which I was cool with. I was like, yeah, Cheetah, that's cool.
Yeah,
why not?
Cat.
And he goes, and then I met Mesa Cordeon, who you know him, right?
Yeah.
And so I had him sign the book he wrote. And he goes, what's a shitara? He's like, what is a shitara? And he's like older.
Yeah.
So he didn't watch Thundercats. Thundercats was in the era of me and my maestri and that age group. And so I was like, I thought it was Cheetah. He goes, no, Shita is Shita. And he's like, I don't know what a Shitara is. And then I went and asked my maestri. I was like, hey, miss, he doesn't know what Shitara means. What's a Shitara? He goes, you know Thundercats? And I went, yeah, I do. I got to go. Thanks. That's real cool. I'm not going to talk about it. It's great. Great.
That's like in my favorite movie, The Last Dragon. Mm-hmm. Have you seen The Last Dragon?
I feel like I have.
That's like when the Bruce Leroy's sensei tells him to go find the wisdom of Sundom Goy, and then he finds it, but it's just a fortune cookie making machine. And then he's like, it's a fortune cookie making machine. It's like, it sounded good.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what I was saying. I was like, I didn't know for 3 years, and then I knew. Cool. But then the first time I went to Brazil, all the kids were like, thunder, thunder, thundercats. I was like, oh, that's cool. They know it. Like my students have no idea what that is.
No, and I don't even think.
Say Matrix to a kid today. They have no idea.
Thundercats come out? I think
86, 88, something like that.
I think it's even older.
No, it's not. Their original. I had a boyfriend order the original DVD set of all the episodes of Thundercats, and I like anime anyway, so it was still on that kind of anime vibe.
Yeah, 85.
See, I said 86.
Yeah, because a lot of those things were older, like Transformers and all of those things.
Yeah, what was the other one?
Japan a long time ago.
What was the other one? There was one that came on before that, kind of early in the morning, and they stacked, and it was way
Voltron.
Voltron.
Yep, Voltron's old.
Voltron was like Japanese Authentico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I used to watch Voltron.
Yeah,
I
did
had
too.
some of the toys.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I watched it, more current times. I was like, this cartoon's awesome, actually. The content, the storyline, like kids' cartoons are not like this today. I'm not getting that off of it.
They drew her awfully nicely.
Voluptuously, provocatively. Yes, this is true. So was all of the He-Man characters. If you want to see, He-Man's characters and Lion-O's, like you could say that just because you're not attracted to Lion-O, but Lion-O wasn't wearing much either.
No.
And he was very much spicing up the room. Panthro, are you kidding me?
He-Man had the nice little blonde.
Whoa, those bangs were coming in hot. That was a lot of Schwarzenegger.
And even when he wasn't He-Man, he still wore the pink tights.
Dude, that was a lot of thighs for one dude.
Jeez. He did not skip leg day.
No, he did not. Or calf day.
No.
You got to hold those thighs up.
That's going to be a clip. Got to hold them. What did you say?
Got to hold them thighs up.
Got to hold them thighs up. Well, Coty, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Do you got to plug anything?
No.
Well, plug the business.
Yeah, well, first of all, I teach capoeira, okay, at the Peter Kirk Community Center.
She doesn't get up as fast as she used to.
No. What I talk, I'm plenty fast. I have not lost my fast, okay? But I teach at the Peter Kirk Community Center, but I don't talk like this to children ever. Okay, I know how to separate the lives. And also, if you're interested in capoeira, Fabrizio also teaches adults capoeira at the Peter Kirk Community Center twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. And he's super talented and authentico. So, if you're interested in moving your body and having a good time and trying something new and challenging yourself, go try it out. And then also, they are FR contractors, seamless gutters, and you can find them. We're around town if you have any gutter needs, new gutters, repairs, cleaning, all of the biz. They are the gutter experts.
Yeah, don't. I fell off of a ladder trying to hang up a piece of art. I would have killed myself if I had tried to get up and do something with my gutters.
Don't do it. It's and that's the thing. I've had a lot of people call and say, like, look, my wife has told me not anymore. You're past the point where I'm comfortable. And some jobs, it's better just to hire somebody to do it, not deal with the headache, and have it done right.
A good-looking, fit 37-year-old.
Hey, you keep your eyes off the prize, okay?
Unfortunately, he's not funny.
You don't want to fuck with my husband. I'm pretty much a ninja. Okay. I like sneaking up and scaring people just for fun. And my kicks are fantastic and extra fast like Shitara. Yeah.
So
but if you like good gutters and good business and good customer service, go ahead and give them a call.
We'll put all of that information down there. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram where I post funny stories. Well, things that I think are funny. Sometimes I want to post like really inappropriate stuff, but I don't.
I support that.
Is it?
Toe the line.
I think I'm just going to commit one day
Yeah.
to just the most horrible stuff.
Oh, man.
But not yet. But not yet. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Adios.
Adios.